Welcome to the next session on steam condenser. This steam condenser, when we are going to talk about the Brayton cycle or steam power plants, we are going to consider the steam condensers. The steam condensers are basically used wherever the phase transition capability of fluids are there, like steam power plants, where the steam power plant, like water, where the fluids are being used. These like fluids are having capability of phase transition according to the temperature differences or temperature aspects. So that's why when you are going to use the steam condenser, basically we associated with those fluids which are having a phase transition capability. And steam condenser, those are those heat exchangers or those where their phase transition capability are possible. So here in the steam condenser, we are going to transfer from the vapor state to the liquid state. And when we are going to talk about the steam condenser, there are certain advantage of using the steam condenser in any cycles, because it reduces the thermal stresses acting on the boiler section in the case of steam power plants. And moreover, less amount of power input is required for running the pump system, because after the steam condenser, whatever the steam condensate is there, that has to be pumped into the boiler section to facilitate the further process of boiling. Because after the condensate which you are going to get in the steam condenser is the purest form of water, there is no further necessity of any filtration over here. Then the low level of softening plant, because we know that water has to be purified before entering into the boiler section, so from the hazardous chemicals. So this is one method through which it is through the steam condenser we are facilitating low level of softening plant. And it improves the thermal efficiency, because we know that condenser efficiency also will add into the total efficiency of the entire steam power plant cycles. Then low back pressure, it creates a low back pressure on the turbine sections. So these are the basic advantage of using the steam condenser. It makes the steam condenser more reliable. So elements of the steam condenser, if we take into account the condenser, pump system, hot well, boiler pump, as well as the air extraction pump and cooling towers, are the basic components which are being used in the steam condensers. Then when we are going to take into the account of the classifications of the steam condenser, basically the steam condensers are classified as a jet condensers, as a surface condensers. Jet condensers, where the fuel mixing will be possible, the especially two types of fluids, example the steam as well as the cooling water, their mixing will be possible. Direct mixing is possible in the case of the jet condensers. Whereas surface condenser, there is a the one fluid will be fed into the system in a pipeline system, another fluid will be fed in and around of that pipeline, or two fluids will be not mixing with each other. Such type of condensers are called as a surface condenser. If you take the classification further, jet condensers are classified as a parallel, counter, as well as ejector flow. When we take into the surface condensers, there is a downflow, then central flow, inverted flow, as well as regenerative flow. So these are the four different types of surface condenser classifications. So when we take into account of the differences between the advantage of the jet condensers, as well as comparison between the jet condenser as with respect to the surface condenser, in the jet condenser, it is a simple concept, as we know that there is a direct mixing, there is no as such complicated circuit which is being involved in that. And also it is also low cost, and small space is necessary, so that we can run in the jet condensers. And moreover, there is a lesser more amount of air pump system is required over here, because we know that the direct mixing, there is an enormous quantity of energy will be transition will be there, possibility that direct mixing will facilitate, and when the condensate is formed, there is some chances that there is mixture of cooling water, as well as there is a mixture of steam can come out with respect to that. Then lesser cooling water and simple condensing plant is there, lesser vacuum efficiency is possible in this case. So when we are going to talk into the next, there is a the law which is governing for the steam condenser, is that Dalton's law of partial pressure. When we are going to take the partial pressure of the total pressure which is present in the condenser, that is equal to partial pressure of the air as well as partial pressure of the steam, that is PC is equal to PA plus PS. Then vacuum efficiency, when we are going to define vacuum efficiency, why? Because higher the vacuum is created in the system, therefore more facilitation for the condensation possibilities there. That's why higher vacuum efficiency is defined as actual vacuum to the ideal vacuum. Then condenser efficiency, total rise in the temperature, that is delta T divided by rise in the temperature corresponding to the condensate temperature or condenser pressure minus inlet pressure or inlet temperature, that we are going to define it as condenser efficiencies. And when we are going to talk with respect to the surface condensers, or especially with respect to the steam condensers, we are going to specially define air leakage problems, because that is a basic concept, or that is a basic defect which you can observe in the case of steam condensers. What the basic sources of the air leakage we can observe in three modes. One is the direct air entrapment through the joints, or the because we know that the all the condensers are heat exchangers which are containing the components, mechanical components, or such as joints, etc., which are through which the air leakage can be possible from the atmosphere to the inlet, because the higher temperature, higher atmosphere pressure will be there, and inside which the vacuum pressure will be there, which is lower compared to the outer one. As a result, air can leak into the system of condensers. Another one is air can be mixed with the steam and can be entrapped, get into the system of the condensers. And third one is in the dissolved format. When the along with the cooling water, air can also be in dissolved format, can enter into the system of condensers. This is the three sources through which the air entrapment can occur with respect to the steam condensers. What are the effects with that? With respect to that, because of the air leakage into the system of the steam condenser, there may be chances of the back pressure creation more will be on the turbines, and the condensing tubes has to be of more size, as well as the cooling water requirement also requires more. Extraction pump must be a compulsory one. And there are certain aspects or defects like corrosion which can entrap, or which can make the entire condenser efficiency poor. So these are the methods, and these are the defects, or these are the effects of this air leakage. With respect to the methods to check the air leakage, we have three methods: soap bubble method, candle flame method, and peppermint oil method, which facilitates the removal of this air leakage, or which facilitates in a contribution to check the air availability in the steam condensers. Then when we are going to talk about the air pumps, in order to remove this air leakage, we are going to use the air pump systems, because we know that air pump is very necessary important component for the air removal, because it has so many effects on the entire condenser efficiency. So with regard to that, we are going to use the air pumps. There are two types of air pumps, especially reciprocating or centrifugal type of rotary or reciprocating type of pump systems can be used. And basically when we speak about the air pump systems, one is a dry pump is used, and another one is wet pump used. As the name indicates, dry pump basically deals with the dry air, removal of the dry air, whereas the wet pump basically associated with the removal of wet air, especially combination of air as well as some moisture content in it. So with regard to that, we are going to have Edward pump generally is being used for facilitation of this pump systems, or facilitation of the removal of the air from the condensers. So this is a air pump is a very important component to facilitate the proper working of the steam condensers. With these sessions, we are going to complete the steam condenser concept behind uh, the working in the case of steam power plants.